Welcome back to the Epiphone upcycle project. In the last video we had glued in some plugs, and in this video I need to take off the excess and sand them smooth. Let's see if we can get a good shot of that. There they are, these two here. So yeah, I have a flush cut saw. We'll cut them as flush as we can and then just sand them smooth. And then I may have to glue in a little extra sawdust and glue just to fill any gaps. And this is gonna get painted, so I'm not worried about that. This was a birch dowel on. Who knows? I can't even guess what kind of wood this would have been. But it's all gonna get painted, so not worried about mismatched colors. That worked pretty good. There we go. I just ruined it. I just ruined the whole thing. Pulled it right out. Don't listen to anything that I have to say, because I just ruined this big one. I'm going to start over. I just ordered the Vibrola, and it had the specs for that part on there, and it's not wide enough to cover these. So I'm going to plug these so when those parts come in, I could keep moving forward. But yeah, these are going to stick well outside of that piece. So we'll plug these and then go from there. So much glue.
If you have a set neck with a glued, it won't be a problem. But if you have a bolt-on neck, the pickups are close, but the bridge and the stop bar tailpiece are actually set about this much lower than on like a Gibson or even the Epiphone with the set neck. So if you buy the long version, like if you want to do this too and you buy the long version, you can't just install it as is. If you do, as you will see here, the vibrola itself is right where the bridge should be. It should be about here. They do make a short version, so you can just buy the short version, and that is basically just this part here. I really like the look of the cover, so I bought the long version knowing that I'd have to do some modifications. So what I'm going to do is, this would normally wrap around the back of the body, like so. What I'm going to do, since it rotates, is flip it up, pull it back. Can you find a spot to hang out? Pull it back. Mark it, make sure everything is square. I'm going to bend the chassis here, wrap the whole thing around, screw it to the base, or screw it to the bottom of the guitar here, and then I'll modify the cover to fit. So that's my plan, and if it doesn't work, I still can basically just nip off this, and I have the short version. So it'll work either way. But I'd like to make the long version work so I could utilize the cover. I think this is a really cool look. It'll just be a little bit shorter. So that's today's goal. We'll get to it.
That's looking pretty good. And then this will go here. So I can either just cut it straight and then file it smooth, or figure out a way to get this to follow the bend. I've decided I'm gonna have to cut it, because if I fold it over, the radius of the cover plate will actually be greater than the radius of the inner bracket. And so while all the bolt holes line up when everything's flat, they won't if I try to bend it. That's cool. I dig it. You can see the hardware on the bottom, but I don't hate that. That's fine with me. Yeah, I think that'll work. I'm gonna sand this smooth, deburr it, and whatnot. And that might be where we stop for tonight. Simple hand file, just hit the edge real quick. Sorry I didn't film it. But I just wanted to check in before I go to kind of get like a cool little final look type of a deal. Something like that. Oh, that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be cool. I'm pumped. I think that worked out.